We're going to continue solving logs. This time what we have are log equations. So that means that the opposite operation would be using exponents. So we're going to be using bases in order to get rid of the logs. But our first step is always to get the log by itself. So for the first one, what we're going to do is we're going to subtract the 3. And that gives us the log base 2 of x is equal to 3. Now, in order to get rid of the log, what we're going to do is we're going to treat it as an exponent, and we're going to write a base, because when the base numbers are the same, it becomes 1, and we get x equals 2 to the third we know is 8. So our answer is 8. For letter B, notice that we have 2 logs, so we have to get them together, and so we're writing a single log. And if you remember, when we write a single log, what we do is we multiply the values. So x times x is x squared. X times negative 3 is negative 3x. Now, when we don't see a base, we know that the base is 10. So we're going to do a big base 10 in order to get rid of the bases, the logs. And so that gives us x squared minus 3x equals 10. Since it's a quadratic, I'm going to get everything on one side and factor it. So x squared minus 3x minus 10 is equal to 0. Two numbers that multiply together give me negative 10. Add up to negative 3 would be negative 5 and 2. So that would be x minus 5 and x plus 2. So my two x values would be 5 and negative 2. The problem is that when we plug a negative back in to our equation, there's no such thing as a negative log. So the 2 actually doesn't work. Our only answer is going to be 5. For letter C, once again, we want to get the log by itself. In this case, it's natural log. So we're adding 2, and that gives us natural log of 5x minus 1 is equal to 6. In order to get rid of a natural log, we do the base e, because natural log is log base e. So we're left with the 5x minus 1 is equal to, and then e to the 6th power is 403.43. I'm going to add the 1, and that gives me 404.43, and I divide it by 5 to get 80.89. So looking at the next ones, we're going to do the same thing. We're going to get the log by itself. So I do log base 1/2 of x is equal to negative 3. I do a base of 1/2. The log cancels with the base, so I get x equals, and then 1/2 to the negative 3. Remember, the negative flips it, so it becomes 2 to the 3. And we know that 2 to the 3 gives us 8. Letter E, once again, we have 2 logs, so we're going to write it as a single logarithm. So that would be log base 3. And remember, whenever we add, we multiply. So we distribute the x to each of the terms. So that would be x squared plus 6x. And in order to get rid of the log, we do a base of 3. Bases cancel. We get x squared plus 6x is equal to 27. Whenever we have a quadratic, we always set it equal to 0. So that would be x squared plus 6x minus 27 is equal to 0. So two numbers that multiply together give us negative 27. Add up to 6 would be 9 and negative 3. So x plus 9 and then x minus 3. And once again, the two x values would be x is equal to negative 9 and 3. And remember, if we plug a 9 in for the log, it's not possible. So our only answer is 3. For the last one, we see natural log. Once again, our goal is to get the log by itself. So we're going to subtract the 6. and we get natural log of 6 minus x is equal to 0. Natural log is log base e, so natural log and e cancel, and we get 6 minus x is equal to, e to the 0 we know is 1, because anything to the 0 power is 1. We subtract the 6. Negative x equals negative 5, so x is equal to 5.